Hey guys, this is Colin again. I know I haven't been on my own channel for a while, but I just figured I'd put this out there because I know only certain family members are really watching it. And they just have people from other areas do some video clips, especially Rusty. I'd love to blame Shane for this, but we know we have to blame Rusty Russell Wright Jr. And I'm very sorry for this. I know you have your kid this year. We're so happy over it. In a way, it's mostly aimed at Kara and her two little munchkins, especially the blonde one, and yes, what's her name, who wants to go and hang out and pretend to be Casey now and then over at Jeremy's. And she actually thought when she was hanging out over there, it's like, I'll be gone before you get your shotgun back over here to shoot me. And it's like, I got more than a shotgun and it's in my car, but I was just target practicing at the lake and told Jeremy I'd stop back in. He mentioned had I seen Kara's kids in a while or anything else, and he thought it would be nice to replace the one they went on about that was dead and committed suicide and everything else and give me a fake family with Oak Ridge undercover. So at least I don't have to deal with the real Kara or anything else. So, for all that and, going out here calling it crazy, calling Saturdays and Sundays. And we can all feel like that I've been at church and this is my biggest, lots of bloody cuss words and everything else at you. And everything like, when they walk into Walmart and be like, and the demon of Satan has possessed the son of a bitch of the whore of the most goddamned. Which is supposedly legal to be said out there, isn't it? Because it's talking about not being with Jesus because this country was founded upon Jesus. Saying that's actually treason in the USA. If you went by law and stuff in the founding father documents and everything. And, slaves were freed until 1809, and then they all became cowards with their tail tucked between their legs. Because the people just said, we don't care. We're Christian. Holy Roman Father and everything else of something. Who replaced Abraham. Anyway, moving along with it. Here, since this is my own personal channel, I'm just waiting to be canned for lack of viewership and server room. Since I can't get the balls to do something right. This will be my last family holiday in any way out there. And if there is another family holiday again that you ever want to be around with me, I will be riding the White House, as is my right, on New Year's to New Year's Day for all the postmarks and everything else that needs to be done and needs to be said and needs to be everything for my removal from you as the president must give me, as well as any and all connections to anyone overseas out there. Except for maybe something that has to do with, non-fake DNA for people that are overseas only that have never been anywhere attached to me on family. Off of you and your descendant trees, and I will put Alyssa Lividitis in that. In every way, shape, and form to separate myself from her family, and anything else with it. And I mean that, even the reservational people that I'm supposedly related to. I can't stand it anymore. You all think that you're really cool, especially the little blonde one that's really probably one of Skippy's kids that just switches in and out over there and everything else. Any single person, fraternal family, work family, anybody who thinks the Walmart squiggly made you part of my family like Robert does. Every single person that you could think of, military family, godparents of the military, police, were all family. Even Rob, I will mention by name and use the people who all worked during my tenure over at Weigel's, who think that Weigel's, they're all somehow part of my family. And if any reason I am not with you for each and every single national holiday after New Year's next year, not this coming year, not like January 1st, I'm talking about 2023 New Year's, you will not be part of my family. You will not be allowed to use me as words for your family. You will not be allowed to contact me for any reason over being my family. I am not a crazy guy, and just because I have guns and have passed numerous things for psychological evaluation for having guns. And the thing tonight that I heard from the, let's just call it the microwave area, that you think all military people talk with microwaves out there. That proves that you're really not my family and you're just one of these Lichtenstein switch outs because you can't do your math homework. And that you still suck. You get a C plus or a B minus in college. You will have nothing to do with me. And if anything else is, it's harassment through your tax write-off security companies and everything else. That everyone's like, they don't have that. They're too stupid for that. Or else they just goof around or whatever it is. You will not videotape, hack the videotape where I work at or anything out there. Your associates, your friends, or anything else, and be like, if you're friends, you're really family with all my family. I don't care if they call me racist with all of Rusty Wright's poker buddies. I love the John Johns for, a lot of different reasons and everything else, and the rest of the damn fucking world can be damned with their damn self. You will not, in any way, and any DNA tests you do by finding my allergy, worthless, snotty Kleenexes that you need to shoot me because it's COVID, will not constitute any form of relation that they will have with me or anything else with this, stealing supposedly Emma Watson's tampons to see if I'm related to her. That's just disgusting what you talk about, McKenna, and the rest of you all. Right down to Mr. Cook and him going, well, I know every one of these people is going to be found out that they're not really Davy Crockett's descendants, so I'm going to go out there, and this is not me admitting it, this is what he says. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to get one of my daughters because we can have gays now married here. And I don't have to waste someone who's going to be having children with someone and have half-breed sacrifices. Therefore, it's gone in one generation like the Pope wanted. No more of this okay from John T. Cocker and Associates that I'm supposedly a traitor to the United States if I had a relation or even used them and bought antiques from them. Same with the Spanish from the Span Am War. And all the people of the Pope Pius Union over at wherever it is, fuck them all and be damned. You're the ones, you stupid family members, who have brought them in. Honestly, I can say the nicest one out of you all that's been behaving is pretty much the racist cocksucker Kevin and Dwayne. But when you're descended from some of the worst Nazis in the entire world, and I mean, even with them, they've been tame for like the last 5-10 years. It's like the grandmother, when she went senile, it's like, oh my God, we really do have problems. And they changed. I don't get it. Maybe it's the 4-hour wait where she had to be there and she thought she was back in pre-Nazi Germany and couldn't get any services for medical help because they're all Jews. We'll just leave that and say 4 hours and like senile Nazi whose father did experiments on people. And everybody's like, I know how to upgrade. We conquered him and it's my sex slave. And it's like walking him down the married whatever it is housing in a dog collar and stuff, and he supposedly had on leather ass chaps. And I'm just going, and he was a cheerleader and did push-ups. Got free money like all the Al-Qaeda they're bringing across the border for $450,000 saying they lost their son. He's not going to marry these people and at least have like 6 to 10 wives that they can afford. Oops, did I say that one? Sorry for confusing you with that, but let's put it this way. That you work for them or they work for you. Or else it's like, mutual handshakes and you just haven't gotten down to like genital mutual masturbation helping with you all. And honestly, I want a bone marrow DNA test to see if you all are really that young. Or whatever it is. And, you've said worse to me, hacking in here and everything else. And you will not do that to my residents that I live in. My parents are going to have a good year this last year before I leave. you will stop. You will desist, and you will do nothing else. And you will not say we were helping you look bald like The Rock so you could get back into the gym and go buff now or something else. I mean, all of y'all just can't understand that it's not masturbation when they say the person's buff. You can't speak English. But you've been here for how long? But they're Catholic and Roman and like beyond whatever it is in the Bible and are truly God's chosen people, because God's chosen people is just a thing because they believe in a creator or something else and all this other stuff. But you can't speak English. But how long have we fucking been here? And it's like I'm living in a place and I'm their little kidnapped whatever it is to try and teach them how to be USA. I don't care how crazy that sounds. Get out of my life. Now, we're going to have a really good time. And if you all ain't there, you all are not there. And I will write that up for this New Year's. You will not contact me. You will not have anything for my whatever it is. And through the office of the presidency, since he is elected, that will be that. And that is not something for you to come around there and whatever it is and try and stand uphill and upwind from me, whiffing your little pussy so that it can attract me to you later. You can go get with Casey and go live gay like that. You look more like her than anybody else. And whatever it is, I'm not involved, so don't have the little blonde one who acts catatonic over there videotape everybody and then send something to me being like, you better know what we're all doing. You better not have sent this one over here to us. I don't care how crazy I am. 3 years of that is worse than anything that the minors have done. Now leave me alone, the house alone, and you will remove your security department and do real security work instead of saying that I'm a retard 8 from special ed, since I had to be put in there for my own safety from the high schoolers that I went to high school with. Don't even act like it was resource. I had perfect scores on the IQ test, and you can go on about how stupid I am. And you can look at your second or third cousin, Mac, Anthony, and say about how I got my job there, when we all know it's just you're trying to hit me in the head more, make me balder with whatever it is you call a fucked up version of Havana sickness, and everything else. Go tell him about how, if you don't have me with my thick glasses, that you'll just turn on Rusty, because he had his first kid at 40, so he's like the 40-year-old virgin and wants one. He can deal with that himself. Screw off. Go get a dildo. I know you're old enough for one over there at whatever, but you're under 25. And leave me alone. Leave the house alone. Leave whatever it is for my parents alone. And go play with your mother and show about how she's switched out so many times. Or one of the others. Because, your dad's gone on about the 3 ways he's had. It's a little bit old. With her and her look-alike cousins. Don't even act like I insinuated those with you two. Now, for the rest of the family, it's worse than that. They're the only ones that are PC. So get out of my life. Rusty's not here for the Christmas holiday thing. Sit. Ashley, the rest of them, and whatever they owe the larges that they want to hack in and beat me to death because I supposedly took away their Metcalf connection. And they had to go out there and have sex with one of them for their meth. It doesn't matter. It's all just cyber hallucinations in my head, because a mosquito ring goes into your head and we can vibrate it like how an oboe reed works, because it's a circle. It's a circle and you go... supposedly a weird talent to do that with a oboe reed or anything else, but you had to sleep with Paris Hunter supposedly, and I'm going, it was Eduardo, his son, thankfully, in a way, but yet still just gross and creepy to actually get that. And I'm just going, can you know how to like steal something off of his phone like you do hacking mine? And don't act like Maria and Jaime and Ernesto and the other people out there don't talk. I may not be able to say a word in any of their languages or whatever it is, and I can't keep Muskegon separated in my head anymore from Romance languages to whatever it's supposed to be classified as. They talk. Now, there's other things that are worse than that. And I know you know about them because you're supposedly investigating themselves. And whatever the Kendra is with it, the same thing goes there. I know they've never wanted me in their life, and I don't want them either. But you can basically realize that just because they hired you, it is going to come back on you. Simply because you're leaks for a foreign country. And Kendra and them are leaks for basically Luxembourg. I mean, after all, you replace the fucking 5-year-olds to 3-year-olds. You don't have to really worry about it. And it's like, you can't talk to us. I'm still like only a freshman in college. Don't worry, that freshman in college is like 3-4 years ago, you were a freshman in college. Then you were a freshman in college again, and a freshman in college again. And I'm just going, well, so you failed that many times, and you have a lawyer that can change your age, and you went through the microphage. And you don't know what that means. It's like you're starving yourself, basically needing only 1 meal a day, and having only 700 to 1,200 calories, being a sedentary lifestyle. And you only have pubescent hair on yourself. And you smell like a 10-year-old and can't get any type of oil in your hair and have to use stuff for extremely dry, cracking hair. But you're not in menopause. Yeah, I think I know what I'm talking about. Anyway, this is Colin Dawson. Used to like trying to keep it lighthearted and talk about the silly hackers and women saying they're blowing the blood vessels in me, and supposedly like I don't know what I get with it, girls. You all mad at me so much that I won't just leave my job and go and other stuff. Now leave and understand that. And it's like, no matter what, I'm just happy that when I die, you have no connections to a reservation, and none of your DNA tests with me in any form of relation, unless you go, we took an 18, and you said it's divisible by 4, college math. I go, take the 16, and just go, half is my kids, quarter is you, then an eighth is you. That or else go to 24 on the DNA thing. And it's like, look, we have 4 DNA markers, and most people just think 16 for relation. And they're Colin's DNA markers, but we cut them out and rubber cemented them over the graph, and then we did it, do it like White Pine police do, up until like maybe a year or 2 when they got caught. And then when they run out their own DNA, it's like, even your own DNA doesn't match. I mean, seriously, I'm not crooked and I don't do anything, but the only thing that criminals are jealous of you all over is the fact that, you're not even hot. So I can't even say that anything else. It's just people let you get by with stuff for so cheap with no overhead. And the Appalachia Trail runs through the middle of New York, and they're going, why are they broke every day of the week up there?